My dear friends, I'm Dr. Shadman Suman. Welcome to my channel. First of all, hope all of you are doing well and have a great weekend. And I want to wish Shana Tova and Chag Sameach to all my Jewish friends and all the Jewish people all over the world. I hope this holiday goes well and this is a period of reflection and new beginnings, and everything goes well for all my friends and everyone celebrating these festivals. Now, as you can see from the title, we had a mini budget, whatever the government wants to call it, a growth plan, a mini budget, and I want to give my opinion on it. I'll be very honest. It just feels something needed to be done. First of all, I'll give credit where credit is due, and I think since Truss started, I've been very. If you look at my posts, I've been very much case by case basis on each topic. Now, I'll be honest, something needed to be done. Something the old tax plan or tax model was not working. The old economic model was stagnating. We are in recession. We are in recession. Make no doubt about it, and we will be in recession for a while. When I say while, at least first quarter of next year, which is the first 3 months of next year at least. Now, I'll be very honest. If you look at my posts, I have always said we need a tax cut, so I will not come here and criticize the government for bringing a tax cut. Credit where credit is due. They took a bold move. This is a high risk gamble, but something needed to be done. There was no other alternative. And the government has introduced a few things. One is the abolishing the 45% tax band for 150K earners. Two, I think, was the 1p of income tax. Correct me if I'm wrong. Make sure, feel free to comment in the comment sections. Three is I think the stamp duty for first-time buyers for 25K and other buyers 250K. I think that's the main three that has been highlighted. I think there was the freezing of alcohol duty as number four, and the idea of low economic zones or something like that, low economic investment zones. Now, I can see the idea. I can see that they want to jumpstart the economy. And listen, this is not a bad plan in the sense that in the grander economic sense. I know that optics look bad, and I think some hit should go to the PR team of number 10 because the optics look really bad, that there isn't anything the for the uh, for the poorest, well, whereas they have taken off the any caps on bankers' bonuses. So the optics look really, really bad politically, and I can see like MPs' comment sections just blowing over with comments. And listen, we are in a tough time. We are in a very tough time. I'm a GP. I work in a GP practice in one of the most deprived areas in the Northwest, and I can see how much people are struggling. And I'll be very honest. Yes, for most people, it is the day-to-day needs. It is the electricity bill. It is the next bill. It is the food bill, and that's how it goes. In the grander sense, this well, there was no other option because the other option had already led us into a recession. So credit to Liz Truss and Kwasi Kwarteng on coming up and being able to have the courage to implement this. The funny thing was the new era thing. You have been in power for 12 years. What is this new era? Anyways, that's politics. Like, um, I'm surprised Liz Truss didn't say this is a fresh start to a conservative party. Anyways, those are that political rhetorics. But economic wise, I think we have to compare ourselves at this point to South Korea in terms of the tax cuts. The new South Korean president, Yoon Suk Yeol, I hope I've got the name right, Yoon Suk Yeol, after coming into power last year, introduced significant tax cuts, which has allowed the South Korean economy to grow by 4%. But having said that, I do realize South Korean economy is very different to UK economy. It is a high-tech based economy, whereas UK is a more service-based economy. There is a big difference. But I know the I looked at the government UK website that they are targeting 2.5% growth. Now, the honest truth here is, and they said it is an ambitious target in their government website. The honest truth here is it's not an ambitious target. It has to be met. Believe me, UK's our foreign exchange reserve is 211 billion, I think, as of last week. It might be even lower now after all this tax cut or all the tax cut that's happening. Like the week before that, it was 216 billion. So we had spent 5 billion, I think, with all the energy price caps and everything. But the fact here is, for a country of economic size of 3.2 trillion, we only have a foreign exchange reserve of 211 billion, whereas South Korea, a country of economic size of 1.8 trillion, has a foreign exchange reserve of 438 billion. So we are actually quite low in that sense. But like South Korea's economy is growing right now at 4%, which is like crazy to think. So our economy, considering how we are, I was looking at a few like analytical papers as well. 2.5% is the bare minimum to grow, uh, or else we are gonna run out of money. Our foreign exchange reserves will all run out. We'll be borrowing money, but at one point we will be hit, just like Sri Lanka has been. Like we'll run out. Sri Lanka actually introduced a tax cut in 2019, just before the pandemic hit, and I think they have halved their VAT, and there were other tax cuts. Correct me if I'm like I forgot the other tax cuts, but there were three tax cuts that Sri Lanka had introduced. So it has to be managed absolutely perfectly. Now, coming back, having said all of that, I think the success of Liz Truss's plans will depend on how quickly she can regenerate the economy, how quickly the oil prices actually settle down, because this will fuel inflation as well. The inflation will only grow up, will only go up and will only increase. So, at least in the short term. So that also needs to come under control. And it seems like Bank of England and um, the government are in different directions, going in different directions. And another thing here that I think is very significant is like the bond market. Like how I think we are paying 3.75% on our borrowing, and if the bond market goes up, that will hit us as well. And the other problem is UK is an import-based economy. So the pound falling, although at this point, yes, a lot of news articles are saying the pound has crashed and oh my God, the world is falling apart. Actually, at this rate, that's not a problem. I think it's 1.09 to the dollar or something like that. But I wouldn't worry at this point. But if it keeps going down, then there would be a worry. I think markets will come round. Markets always have a frenzy on the first day of any fiscal policy. That's not a new thing. But listen, I will say this. Liz Truss and Kwasi Kwarteng, well done on coming up with a bold plan, at least an alternative plan. New era or not, um, well, at least you have done something different. And let's see how the tax cuts play out, because this is Liz Truss's political gamble. If it fails, if it succeeds, the Conservative might still be not in a full majority, definitely a shrunk majority, or even uh, a coalition with the Lib Dems or whoever wants to be a coalition with Conservatives. But if this fails, the Conservatives are gone from power for a long time. So this is not only and also this is a political gamble and an economic gamble for our future. Because if this fails, like if we are not even hitting 2% next year and the year after, our economy is in a lot of trouble. So let's hope for the best. Let's hope for the British people. And all the pictures in this video are copyrighted to BBC or Wikipedia. Please follow my channel, subscribe to my channel, and press the bell button. And please follow my Facebook page for common sense commentary on socio-political issues. Thank you. Bye bye.